Now, for Nigeria to achieve faster socio-economic development, the country needs to increase its budgetary allocation to the education and health sectors. This is coming from the Executive Director of the United Nations Population Fund, Professor Babatunde Oshotume, at a meeting in Abuja on how to tap the potential in the nation's huge population for development. Professor Oshotume emphasized the need for special focus on these sectors, which are key to human capital development.
Representative of the United Nations system in Nigeria and government officials at a meeting on how to utilize the nation's demographic dividend in improving the nation's socioeconomic development. One way to achieve this feat, according to participants here, is increased investment in education and healthcare services. They agreed that no amount of budgetary allocation is too much for the sectors.
South Korea, when it was developing, spent 60% of its budget on health and education. That's why it is the 7th largest economy in the world today. So let us go forth, persuaded that that's where Africa should go, persuaded that the most sustainable asset of Africa is its people. The most sustainable is its young people. The most creative and innovative is its young people.
Each state should also look at its own population policy and its implementation approaches, driving guidance from national policy that I said we should be reviewed, but also making those complementary investments. Well, if federal government meets its own obligations, I think states should also explicitly have their own investments to complement what the government at the center is doing.
With an estimated population of 177 million, Nigeria is the most populous country in Africa and the 7th in the world. Government officials promise not to rest on their oars in making its vast human capital contribute to its developmental process.
It's truly evident that the country is already on the right path to reaping the demographic dividends through its implementation of the right policies across boards. The macroeconomic stability the country is enjoying today can only have been generated by an appropriate economic and social policies of the present administration.
The consensus here is that strong institutions remains the key to efficient